You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
What is going down? What the fuck is going down? It is your boy, Studio McGyver, and you are listening to Studio McGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the podcast, if you're new to the channel, I'd like to welcome you. If you like anime, if you're into nerd culture, video games, movies, then you've come to the right place. We talk about all of it here. And today we're going to get started. I have a few things I want to talk about. I hope everybody out there is doing fine, staying safe, and staying indoors, man. Keep busy, man. Keep yourself busy with lots of anime, lots of video games, and just stay safe. But today, man, we have a lot to talk about. I want to talk about DOA 6. That's Dead or Alive 6. It's a fighting franchise, guys. The fuckery is in the building. The butter is out. I'm going to be talking about that. Also, man, some Demon Slayer talk. We also have Nintendo. Yes, Nintendo had a surprise Nintendo Direct, and they announced some other games that are coming to the system. If you are a Nintendo Switch fan, you should be thoroughly pleased with yourself and excited as well. Anyway, besides that, we also have some Beastars talk. Yes, Beastars from Netflix. It came out. I talked a little bit about it last week. I finished it this past week. It was wonderful. Also, Neir is getting a fucking remaster. That's on the board. We also have Predator Hunting Grounds. Going to talk a little bit about that. And then, of course, Neo 2. What I've been doing. I've been up for 2 fucking days with the exception of about a 3.5 hour nap, guys. So I'm running on fumes. And that's all thanks to yours truly, Neo, which is also a Toei Tecmo game. So it's very weird when you have a company who is, as good as Tecmo, or shall I say Toei Tecmo, but then they turn around and they do questionable things with other franchises. And I'm going to talk about that, man. So without further ado, let's get on with the motherfucking show. All right. First, I want to address Dead or Alive 6. And really the fate of our fighting games, man. Fighting games are probably my second favorite genre of video game. I love them to death. I have a lot of them. I enjoy playing the shit out of them. I love Street Fighter. I love Dragon Ball Fighters. And we're living in an age now where DLC reigns supreme. And there's a lot of this fuckery out here in these digital streets. And what I mean by that, guys, is these companies are so goddamn greedy. They try to tax you for every fucking penny in your pocket, hence bringing out the butter and warming it up and trying to dip their tips inside, render you unconscious, and do strange things to your body. I'm talking about Tecmo. I'm talking about Toei Tecmo. I'm talking about Dead or Alive 6. Okay. Apparently, they have some shit going on now. Well, it's old news, actually, to be honest with you guys. I think I talked about it a long time ago when it first came to the light. But they're known out here in these digital streets for pulling out that warm butter and doing strange things to your person. And they tax the fuck out of consumers if you let them. I used to love Dead or Alive as a series, but in recent years they've been doing a lot of this. So I've been kind of staying away from them because I refuse to spend money, real world money, on a fucking hairstyle or on a hair color. And apparently, guys, that is what they are doing or have been doing as of late, guys. These motherfuckers are charging people $1 per hair color. Yes, you heard me right. $1 per hair color. So if you pick a character, you want to create you a character, well, basically you want to change the character's color of the hair, it's going to cost you $1. Yeah. It didn't go over so well with the public. And what ended up happening was they had to pull that back and change a few things. Now, they don't charge you $1 per color anymore. Instead, they charge you for hairstyle, which I think comes with a set amount of colors. So instead of paying that $1 per hair color, I think you pay $1 for a hairstyle. And what comes with a hairstyle is, the assortment of colors. So you're still paying real life money. You can't buy this in game. There's no way you can farm credits in game to get this money. There's no way you can get it except paying real money for this shit. And that's the problem at hand. That is the real problem here. Okay. We've seen it before. We've seen it with Capcom, with Street Fighter, where they charge you for all these fucking costumes. They charge you for fucking stages. If you buy a character, if you actually pay for a character, you actually have to pay separately for their stages. Case in point, I'm a big Sakura fan in Street Fighter. I bought her as a character when she first came out, and I assumed that with her would come with, a certain amount of outfits, and I really thought she was coming with her stage. But guess what, guys? That didn't fucking happen. As soon as I looked it up, it was already too late. My pants were down and I was dizzy, and they were pulling it down. They were sticking their shit in warm butter, and I was being raped. I was being digitally raped out here in these digital streets. And before it was over, there was nothing I could do. And I'm not the only one here. A lot of us got fucked over. A lot of us got fucked over when Street Fighter hit the scene. When Street Fighter 5 first hit the scene with a limited amount of characters and no fucking arcade mode. It took years to get an arcade mode. Yeah, years. So we're struggling with all of that. And that's the way of the future, it seems like, with these fighting games, man. Any type of game that comes out and you're familiar with a set of characters, what they end up doing is they create the whole game and say the game only has 8 characters. Well, when they make the game, they probably make the game with about 16 characters. They're already done, made, ready to play, but they exclude them purposely so that they can get more money. They can keep you glued to that release date on that next DLC, and they bird feed us to fucking death. And that's another result of what's happening right now with DOA 6. They're doing it all over again, except it's not Capcom, it's Toei Tecmo, and they're pulling our pants down nice and slow, like we're in an R&B video, and it's not pretty. The fans are not taking it lying down, and as a result of that, they have to backtrack. But you know what? Here's what I think is going on. Here's what I actually think is happening. This is an actual business practice I think they're implementing on said subject. And I say that because of this. There's somebody in that fucking boardroom drinking lots and lots of sake, smoking an extremely huge amount of scrolls, pre-rolled scrolls filled with endo, maybe even laced with sherm. And they're talking about making bad decisions. And these decisions have to do with, hey, I got an idea. Let's put out the game and let's charge people all this money for all these little pieces for DLC, all these little pieces that should be free with the game. And then it will spark controversy. With that controversy sparked, we will then say, oh, let's backtrack and let's only charge for this. So their main goal is probably what they're even implementing right now, to make the consumer think, oh, we were mad about it. We said something about it. They listened, they heard us, and now we only have to pay this for that, trying to make the consumer feel like they've done something. But in the result of it all, they haven't. It was their plan all along. And that's what I think is taking place in a lot of these companies, man. And you got to watch out for it. As much as I love DOA as a series, man, I will not contribute to this fuckery. I will not contribute to this butter being warmed up in the microwave and used on my person. So I chose to back away. When they fix it, when the game turns into a $10, budget release and a bargain bin somewhere, I'll pick it up then. Other than that, guys, they can suck my cock. Anyway, I thought I'd bring this up because it constantly comes up, guys, over and over again with these companies. And if we don't do anything, if we don't say anything, shit won't get done. Shit will not change. And that's pretty much with anything in the world. But I'm talking about games now, a medium I love and I hold dear to my fucking heart. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. And not to mention, on a side tangent, these guys have over $1,000 of DLC, from hair colors, from different fucking accessories. The list is a mile fucking long. So DOA is associated with fucking money gouging and fuckery and warm butter. Anytime I think of it, I mean, Toy Tecmo has their own butter. It's fucked up because I feel kind of confused because on one hand, you have this game right here, Dead or Alive 6, charging people, fucking people, raping them. And then on the other hand, you have, another Toy Tecmo game like Neo 2, which is fucking absolutely amazing, which I love to death. Customization out the wazoo, online play, single player mode if you want, all of that. So I don't know what to think. You know what I mean? I know though if I can see a spade, I'm gonna call it a spade. I know that. So you're not gonna be excluded just because you make bomb games. And if you fuck up and you're down with the fuckery, you will be exposed. And I will not participate in those activities. But anyway, guys, I thought I'd share that with you. How do you guys feel about that? Any of my fighter fans out there, any DOA fans out there, do you remember the heyday of Dead or Alive when nothing cost a thing? You know what I mean? I remember those fucking days, man. I'm old enough to remember those days. That's why I think I feel so passionate about what's going on right now. And a lot of us will probably say the same thing because we remember a time when all of these things were just, were just a memory, was just a fucking thought. And now we're in an age where, man, every time you fucking turn around, they got their fucking hand out. You pay the $60 for the goddamn game, but they're not done with you. They want more. I mean, that's greed. That is fucking greed at its finest. And that's going to sink their battleship. They keep playing with people's emotions and pockets. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be pretty. And they can end up sinking your fucking battleship. Anyway, moving on to the next subject. Guys, Demon Slayer fans, where are my Demon Slayer fans? Kimetsu no Yaiba fans, where are you? I'm one right here. It was my favorite anime of 2019, 2020. And man, I love Tanjiro. That is my boy. Love him to death. Love the anime. Cannot wait for the movie to drop. But man, more news on that. I talked about it before, I think last week or the week before. We're getting a Kimetsu no Yaiba game. Yes, we are. When I talked about it before, I stated it was for the PS4. And now with this new news emerging, I have to report to you guys that it is going to be a Sony exclusive. A Sony exclusive. Another Sony exclusive. Now, how does that sound? It sounds normal to me because that's all I've been fucking hearing. In the video game industry, man, it seems like Sony exclusives have been synonymous out here in these digital streets because everybody knows that Sony has the best relationships. Sony is the better system, not because they have the better hardware, because the best hardware technically on paper is the Xbox One X, but the best relationships, the best games come from, say it again, Sony. And there's nothing that anybody can say to retort that. There's nothing anybody can do to change that. That is a fucking fact. Okay. That's not, some old bald-headed man up in the sky watching down and making decisions. No, this is real. This is fucking facts. And being an anime fan, like I said before, which is why I fuck with Sony a lot, because they tend to take care of or cater to those fans more so than Microsoft, because Sony is a Japanese company. Sony owns the rights to a company called Antiplex, and they are responsible for publishing said anime, Kimetsu no Yaiba. So as a result of that, guess what? They're not going anywhere else. They're sticking with Sony. So it's going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive. It still could come out for the PlayStation 5. That has yet to be seen. I think the reason why nobody's talking about that is because the PlayStation 5, as of right now of this podcast, has not been announced. We know it's going to come, but it hasn't officially been announced. So either one or two things will probably happen. They will release it for the PlayStation 4 only, or they will release it for the PlayStation 5. But I doubt that because Sony is not really known for doing that. I think they're going to put all their eggs in the basket of the PlayStation 4, knowing that those games are going to be backwards compatible. So you can play it on your PS4 or your PS5. And I think they're going to go there. They're already kind of knee deep in development. They've probably been developing this for quite some time now. And even though it's not coming out till 2021, probably early 2021, I'm thinking January, February. I'm just happy to have a game by Connect 2. I think that's how you pronounce their company, but they're the same company who does the Naruto games, which I love, the Ninja Storm games, which I love. And now we get a Kimetsu no Yaiba. Yes, we get a Demon Slayer game. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to play as Tanjiro, run around, and some of his boys as well, man. I can't fucking wait. I'm just so happy that they are taking this anime to the next level. It has definitely arrived. And if you haven't seen this anime, you definitely owe it to yourself to check it out, guys. I watched it on Hulu. I think you can watch it. I mean, it's pretty much everywhere. You can probably find it everywhere, man. Crunchyroll, all that shit. But yes, I highly recommend this anime, guys. My favorite anime of 2019/2020. And the game is coming to PlayStation. So I'm proud to report that. If you don't have a PlayStation 4, get one. Just get one. Or get a PlayStation 5 when it drops. You owe it to yourself as a gamer. Am I hating on Microsoft? No. Microsoft has some great things going for them. You have the Microsoft Game Pass, which is fucking great. I mean, I'm taking full-fledged advantage of that, and it is definitely worth your money to pay for that because you get a lot of games that you wouldn't necessarily get to play for a small premium price. Like I told you guys before, I reported last week that The Surge 2 is out right now, and it is free if you have Game Pass, and it is fucking awesome. I played a little bit with my son this past week. It's an awesome game. We both have separate profiles. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get very far because I had other things I was playing, but got past the first boss, made it to the new part of the area, and I can't wait to get into that game later. So there's a lot of different advantages that Microsoft has, but as far as an overall, list of games that, if you're just a diehard gamer, you just want like AAA hitters, you want those fucking games that smack you in the face one after the other, you're going to get that consistency with Sony. I mean, just hands down, you are. God of War, you know what I'm saying? Ghost of Tsushima coming soon. Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the video game, and the list goes on and fucking on. Okay. So I just thought I'd report that to you guys, especially anime fans and gamers, because it's very important if you're both. And usually anime fans are gamer fans as well. So they kind of go hand in hand. And as a result of that, you see what we're looking at. A Kimetsu no Yaiba game coming to the PS4. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Nintendo. Nintendo. Yes, I have had a resurgence of my Nintendo gameplay as of late, and I'm loving it. Got some demos downloaded, gonna jump into those when I get some time, but also playing with my son. I told you recently, guys, that I've been playing a lot of those 16-bit beat 'em ups, some of those classic looking games, and I love it. I also want to say that River City Girls soundtrack is crazy good. I love that music, and it just goes perfectly with the game. Just thought I'd add that in there as a side tangent. But yes, I love that fucking game. One of my favorite beat 'em ups right now that I've played in recent years. But yeah, Nintendo, guys. Nintendo Direct. We got a Nintendo Direct. Came out of fucking nowhere. It was wonderful, man. There was a lot of dope announcements made. I can't report them all to you, but Nintendo's always working on shit. They're always doing things in the background. And one of the things I can say that I'm proud to announce is that one of my all-time favorite first-person video game series is out. Well, not out. It's coming out on the Nintendo Switch. And 2K Games, man. BioShock. Yes, BioShock, the trilogy, is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I cannot fucking wait. We also have Borderlands Legendary Collection coming as well. And that's not it, folks. We have XCOM 2, the collection. So they are coming with fucking fire. Okay, they're coming with fire. I don't have the release dates of those, but they're in the works, guys. And Xenoblade fans, that they have another, a definitive edition in the works right now, and it's on its way as well. I've never got a chance to play the other one because I had a Nintendo. Well, I'm sorry, I had a 3DS, and I had the 3DS XL. And as soon as I bought that XL, I bought the Nintendo, I guess, version collection. It looks like a Nintendo controller. But anyway, literally 6-7 weeks after that, they released the new Nintendo 3DS. And you couldn't play Xenoblade Chronicles on it. You'd have to have the new Nintendo 3DS with the little extra analog thingy on it or whatever. So I'm glad I didn't buy that. I'm glad I didn't play it. And I'm glad now it's coming for the Switch. So I don't have to worry about that whatsoever, man. But yeah, that's also been announced, guys. And last but not fucking least, Panzer Dragoon. It fucking came out. They just said it's available now. If you remember correctly, guys, I was trying to figure out when this game was going to drop. We had no release date, and for that reason, we got the release date of that day. I want to say it was March 26th when it dropped, and they have surprises all the time. Now, the price on this game is going to be $24.99 if you want it, if you're interested, if you're curious. Me personally, I was ready to push that play button until I remembered how short this game was, man. And I had to take a step back and say, man, $25 plus tax for maybe 2.5 hours of gameplay. I had to back up a taste, especially when there were some other sales out here in these digital streets. One I heard that caught my attention, and that was Control. If you guys listening out here want to play Control, it's a game that I've been highly anticipating, just hadn't had time to play it. It's on the PlayStation 4. I think it's on the Xbox One. I don't know anything about the Microsoft Store, but I do know the PlayStation Store is going on sale, or it is on sale right now for like under $25, and you have until the 31st to make that move. And I think I have to make that move because I want to play this fucking game. I really want to play it, and I'm going to have to make that move, guys. But yeah, Control is an awesome game. I've heard nothing but great things. A lot of, press thought that game deserved Game of the Year, besides Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And, from what I've seen, rightfully so. I just can't wait to get my hands on it and play it myself and find out what all the fuss is about. But for $24 and some change, you can't fucking beat that with a stick, especially right now when everybody's got to be inside and you have nothing to do but fucking game and watch anime and movies and shit. Perfect timing. I've been playing so much video games, guys, these last fucking couple weeks, man. I mean, it's coming out of my fucking ears. I already told you guys I've been up for 2 fucking days, and I tell myself now I'm going to go take a shower and then go to bed. But guess what? I might end up just saying, oh God, who's online? Get up with some of my friends and jump back in the world of Neo 2. It's probably going to happen. I know. I need to stop. It's like a fucking drug sometimes. But man, when you love something so much, man, it's crazy. Anyway, Nintendo fans rejoice. All of this stuff, man, you got to be happy. You got to be ecstatic about it. And last but not least, man, Animal Crossing New Horizons came out. I mean, everybody's been talking about that game. I was never a Animal Crossing fan, but man, I'm curious to know what it's all about. A lot of people are talking about it, and it's selling like hotcakes. It's selling like hotcakes. A lot of people are fucking around with it, and it might be something that, I might enjoy. I could definitely pick it up and fall in that rabbit hole, and anime and games have done that to me before. Things you weren't expecting to like as much as you did, and then you just end up falling in love with it, man. So it could be one of those things. I'm just happy that a lot of people are enjoying it. Anything you're playing, you could be playing Shit Boy, and I'd be happy for you that you found a game that you like to play. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am with it. But yeah, congratulations to all of the Animal Crossing fans out there, man. You finally got your game. Enjoy it. Enjoy it all. But yes, Nintendo, man, has a lot going on. That was my Nintendo news for you guys. There's been a couple other announcements from Nintendo, but I wasn't able to get everything down. But those are, the ones that I saw that I think, a lot of people will benefit from. And yeah, man, enjoy. All right, moving on, guys. Let's talk a little bit about another fucking piece of news. And that news is Neir. Now, Neir Automata was a excellent game, a classic. I own it. It's definitely got its own thing. I don't know. It's sort of a masterpiece in its own right. I just love the direction. It's a Platinum Games game, and they just did the thing with that title, man. Neir is another game in the franchise. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary in April, and they have announced, yes, they're getting a remaster. Yes, it's going to be Neir. And the game is actually called Neir Replicant, and it's getting a fucking remaster. It's going to be available for, I think, all systems, PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox. The date, I'm not quite sure on yet, but I know it's got to be around the corner. It can't be too far off, 10th year anniversary. So we got to see something coming. I'm anxious to see what this is. I never got a chance to play that one, and I think I will do it depending on what the price is. Or if not, I'll eventually pick it up. You know what I mean? Kind of want to put that series together and try to make something out of it. But yeah, man, just thought I'd add that. You guys may have not known that. All my Neir Automata fans, rejoice, look out. You can get this. And apparently there was 2 different versions, one on the Xbox and one on the PlayStation. They had different characters. I think one was actually a boy and the other one was actually a teenager or a man. If I'm getting this wrong, please correct me. Please on social media get at me. But I think that's the significance of it. I could be slightly off, but yeah, I know they're different slightly in certain ways. So it'd be anxious to see which one they'll put out for what systems, if they do the same thing or a combination of all of them or what. It'd be interesting. Anyway, thought you guys might enjoy that news. All right, man, here's another game. There's another game that came out. It was a demo and it's timed availability. Like probably as of this podcast, it is over with because it's late as fuck right now. It's like 1, 2 in the morning right now as I'm recording. But anyway, the Predator game is called Predator Hunting Grounds, and I downloaded the demo with some friends. I played a little bit of it, man. And to me, guys, it's just a game, an average game with the, Predator license, Predator skin on it. Now, the game is a first-person game / third person. And I say that because if you're playing as the Predator, you're going to be third person. If you're playing as, the Hunter, you're going to be in first person. Nothing really special about this game, in my opinion, man. A lot of people are hyping the game up. There are a lot of fans out there and who are enjoying the shit. And hey, more power to you. If you like it, I love it. But it's not for me. I tried it out and it didn't catch me. So, I'm not going to be paying for it. If you do want to buy it, if you are interested, it's going to be $39.99. I think there's like a special edition or something for extra $20. You get some added stuff with it, and hey, more power to you if that's how you want to go. But for me, it's just not the thing. Definitely check it out. Or if you have, well, it's probably too late now, but, hey, just look into it, guys. There's some gameplay online. You can definitely check it out and make your own decision on that. But anyway, thought I'd bring that to you guys' attention. Anyway, one more note on this. It is a fucking PlayStation exclusive. Another PlayStation exclusive. Sony Interactive is the publisher, so they own the rights, I think, to that franchise. And it's just crazy. People forget that Sony owns a lot of fucking IPs, man, and not just games and the movies and stuff. So a lot of this stuff, when it comes out, hence, Spider-Man, they are surprised. They're like, why isn't it coming out for everything else? You got to pay attention to the relationships, man. You got to pay attention to that. Sony is out there and they are in these streets and they are not playing around. Anyway, moving on to the next subject, probably one of the last subjects I'm going to be talking about, and that is Beastars. Beastars from Netflix, guys, is really about the social dynamic going on, and they take animals and use them, carnivores, herbivores, and such, and put them in a world where, man, everything makes fucking sense and it doesn't all at the same time in a beautiful fucking way. Finished this anime up, guys, this week, and I gotta say, it was a nice fucking surprise. And I'm really looking forward to the season 2. There's a lot of fucking Netflix anime out here now, and they're doing their fucking thing, man. They really are, man. You got Castlevania, you have Beastars, you have Shitbaki, you have Kengan Ashura. There's so many dope anime out here that I think everybody should be checking out here. And it's a lot that I haven't even got a chance to see. And let's not even talk about Ozark season 3. I'm a big Ozark guy. If you don't know about that series, definitely check out Ozark on Netflix. It's awesome. Can't wait to get to that. So there's a lot of things going on, man, on Netflix, and anime is one of their things now. They hired a new director. I can't think of the guy's name, but he's an anime guy. And when you hire people like that, you get those results. If you want to succeed in the gaming industry, you hire gamers. If you want to, if you want the Star Wars franchise to do something, then you hire fans, actual fans of that franchise. You're not going to get this shit done by hiring motherfuckers on paper, people who look good on paper. This motherfucker went to Yale, this person went to Harvard. You do that, I'm telling you right now, they're going to just see numbers. And in the end, all it is going to be warm butter and regret. That's all you're going to get. And I'm just telling you guys, I'm keeping it 110% real. And I don't know any other way to say it because I love you guys. You listen to me for a reason, and you listen to me because you want to hear what I say and have to, what I think and all of that. So that's what I do. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on a lot of these subjects. I say it all the time. If you're into the show, if you're listening, and if you want to be a guest, maybe if you just want me to talk about a certain subject, surrounding video games or anime or whatever, we should do that. And you can inbox me on social media. That's Instagram is StudioMguyvR79. Twitter is StudioMguyvR. There's also a Facebook page at Studio MacGyver as well. I mean, you can get me to all of those guys. You can also support me, show your love for the YouTube channel. That's Studio MacGyver TV. I have all kinds of fucking content coming, guys. I got a shitload of Neo 2 content coming. I also have some Division 2 content coming, guys. Man, we've been having a fucking ball. You're going to hear me cuss. You're going to hear me scream. You're going to hear me pull out my goddamn hair in some of these videos, man. So just be forewarned, you're going to get a slightly altered Studio MacGyver when you're watching this stuff, man. It's just, I'm in the heat of the battle and, you know, all of that shit. So just be ready. Just saying, just be ready. Anyway, Beastars is definitely a hit. I highly recommend this anime. If you guys have not seen it and you're curious, definitely check it out, guys. Also, I did start Bleach. I told you guys that we're going to start watching it. I'm not very far in. I'm maybe like 6 episodes in, but I'm enjoying my time with it. I didn't turn away from it. And I think it's going to be a series, at least for the foreseeable future, that I'm going to be invested in. Besides the other weekly ones like My Hero Academia and so on and so forth. This one here, man, I'm excited about it because there's lots and lots of episodes, guys. And I look forward to watching the rest of it. Also, I'm going to, voice my opinion on the filler when I get to that filler, because everybody's talking about the filler, this, filler, that. So when I get there, man, I will definitely address it with you guys and talk about it. And, it may come at me a different way. I may enjoy the filler more than others, or, who knows? I haven't gotten there yet. I mean, I'm bare bones in, so that's probably a little ways from now. But yeah, I'm enjoying my time with the series so far. Anyway, last but not fucking least, Neo 2. I'll leave it on that note, man. Neo 2 is responsible for me for being up as long as I've been up right now, guys. I'm running on fucking fumes, literally. And I'll probably try to go through some gear and some other things before I lay it down, man. It's that addictive and I'm having so much fun. If you guys have that game, if you're interested in playing with me or running around in these digital streets, holler at your boy. I mean, if you go to my YouTube, all of my shit is there. My gamer tags are there. All of that shit is there. So you could definitely hit me up on PlayStation, friend me, send me a fucking invite. I will accept it. And we can get into some gangster shit, man. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for listening to this podcast. I want to thank all the newcomers who have joined and gave this podcast a chance. I'm glad you came. Hope you come back. All the people who've been listening from day one or for a long time. I love you guys. Come on, man. Come on. This is me. This is Studio McGyver. If it wasn't for you, there'd be no me, man. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here, man. I want to say everybody be safe, be careful out there. Try to stay in. Get yourself some anime, get yourself some video games, man. Cuddle up, with your loved ones, and enjoy your time and just stay safe. And I love you guys. This is Studio McGyver, and you have been listening to Studio McGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. See you next time.